Hello and welcome back to Roots of Elden Ring. Today we're going to have a look at Belurat over there, and I will see how far we get. I'm not sure if I can do the whole part in one series, I hope so. Or in one video, but I hope so. Last time we had a look at the Prospect Town plus the plateau on top of, well, on here. Where the Prospect Town is. And today it's Belurat time. I've made comparison to Stormvale Castle. Similar looks from the outside, like with the... do we call this a bridge? I don't know what this is called. With this natural stone formation bridge thingy that we're on right now. If we have a look at... nope, that's how we change. If we have a look at Stormvale Castle, we can see the way where, or the path where we fight Margit. Has a similar, or has similar looks to this one. This one is probably just a bit wider, and that's it. But let's see what this Legacy dungeon has to offer. Because this is certainly... or has certainly big shoes to fill. If we compare this to Stormvale Castle. Of course it's raining. Of course it's raining. There can't be one episode without bad weather. Or not one gaming session, whatever. First part is inside. And I'm really happy how this place turns out. I really like the aesthetics that they've gone with. Kind of looks like how you would imagine a tomb to look like. Has some Middle Eastern vibes to it, in my opinion. I really like the aesthetics, like with all the spirals. I think it's getting a bit obvious that the spiral is their symbol. Why that is, we will see probably later if we have a look at certain item descriptions. But I mean, I really like the aesthetics with stuff hanging, like these incense bearers or... I mean, there's a lot of incense here, isn't there? Like we have this spiral piece. Some of these are torches, some of them are incense. Holders? Whatever. Not bearer, right? The incense bearer is a... oh, whatever. And then we have a new enemy type, which is extremely creepy. But it also gives like the tomb scorpion vibes, right? We're getting in here and it kind of feels like a tomb. This is how I would... if you remember, or if you've played Diablo 2, and you go into Act 2, right? The desert area. You can explore a bunch of tombs there, and this has the same feeling to me. Like we have the sandstone color. We have these... I don't even know what it's called, like this stuff, these ornaments, these pictures in the walls and stuff. Like runes, or in this case pictures and whatnot. Feels amazing. And then we have scorpions. Who doesn't know the tomb scorpion? But this is not only a scorpion, this is a scorpion spider. Because they've combined two seemingly very terrifying insects, or animals with each other. We have the scorpion with the two pincers, and we even have the... what is that thing, that spider thing called with these two extremely long legs, like this one? Man, that's so... ugh. Must have been very fun to model this. with all these hairs sticking out, but not fully coated, just enough so that it's like, so that it feels very uncomfortable. Having a look at their face, they've quite a few eyes. How many eyes are there? 3 small ones? I'm just trying to count one side now. We have 6 in the middle and 3 underneath, so 9, 10, 11, 12 with the big ones, and then on the side 12 plus 3, so 15. Is there a 4th one? This very, very small dot. Can I... This should be a good angle. Okay, I miscounted. So 6, 9 with the on top, it's 12, 16, 17 on each side. Right? 6, 7. If they're a set of 6, 12. Yeah. With the big one. 17 on each side. Holy shit. That's a lot of eyes. Why does a creature like this need so many eyes? Ugh. And now we're in the tomb chamber or whatnot. And man, this looks nice. Having a look at the atmosphere, first of all we have all of these smaller versions. And these aren't really holy shit. Can you stop destroying everything? Can we get one standing still? Are they set on patrolling? Can they stop, please, throwing things over? I wanted to have a look at these. We have a few hanging from the ceiling. And we have this thing that gives us a revered spirit ash, whatever. More tomb vibes, even though there are no tombstones and no corpses here, except this thing. But now we have to think, like, this is a very strange way of getting into a city, right? We have to go through the entrance hall, corridor, whatever that is. Maybe you need to do a ceremony before you can enter Belurat. And then we have all these dudes that look like the monumentals from Demon Souls. Very strange indeed. Oh, we have a smaller, bigger scorpion over there as well. What are these depicting? Just some people, I guess. Can't really make things out. Let's see, is it just a smaller version? This one looks like just a smaller version than the first one. Oh. I was kind of confused, like I can talk to this one? No, I can't. Yeah, same set of eyes. I think this is just the same model. Like the biggest one over there, then this medium one and the small ones. Don't get me wrong, the small ones are still too big, but I don't want to encounter them in real life. Luckily, I'm not living in Australia. Because they have similar shit like that. And maybe even worse, I don't know. And more staircases. Oh man, I don't want to travel to this place, but also kind of feels like a pilgrimage really, right? With all these incense things and then the stairs. Also kind of feels like a pilgrimage going up there. Of course we have a small encounter in here, a small surprise for the player. Woo! Hooray! And this triggers no matter if you're invisible to them or not. The game notices that you're stepping on the... somewhere here is the trigger zone that plays this animation. Doesn't matter if you're invisible or not. So the scorpion isn't really detecting you. It's just a small event trigger that is somewhere hidden here. I wonder if it's just a small line, or if it's a completely big box here. Because if it's just a small line that is the trigger zone, you can jump over it. Maybe it's just a trigger window where it's like it's extremely high. I don't think it's that thick. Oh, whatever. I'm thinking about that too much. Just a big rectangle. And now we're here. And we have these... Finally we have some music, which is fitting. We'll have a look at this view later, or in a short time, but I want to have a look at these lines. These lines with omen horns. This is foreshadowing the boss of this area. And I haven't even noticed this. Belurat Tower Settlement. Tower Settlement because this one has a bunch of towers and... well, I can't look that high. This shadowy building up there, or buildings as well. But they seem to like their lines very much. The line is a symbol here. What else do we have there? A few more statues of sages. Is this depicting some kind of tree? I mean, it depicts maybe the veils. The veil that is cast over the Shadowlands. Not sure though. And then of course the spirals everywhere. But now let's have a look at this view, because this is where we first see Belurat, Tower Settlement, whatever. Already forgot what it's called. And where we hear the music. So is this something impressive? And somewhat. Not as beautiful as some other areas, like the introduction to this whole DLC looked definitely better, like when we came out of the cave here. But still kind of good and impressive. Like, it's definitely building up like a painting with foreground, middle ground, background and stuff. Like we have the main part here in the front, then the middle part, and then the background, and then even further back. And we have this very noticeable tree that doesn't really look that good from this angle. But maybe it's bad weather right now, because, well, that happens, which is unfortunate. And of course we have these shadow people here, which is, I think, the majority of the enemies in this place, which is unfortunate. Because I don't think that these, again, they don't really look that appealing as an enemy type. Devoid of all color. That looks kind of boring. You can't really make out their features that much. This one has a very pronounced chin. Huh. And it makes for a... I don't know, I don't really like the experience of this enemy type. It feels lackluster. And honestly, it feels like they just missed putting a actual texture on them, which is unfortunate. But okay, we are now here, we have our first sight of grace. We are now officially in the dungeon. The path that we went is from here, up the staircase, through these buildings, and up this part. And it kind of looks like all of this area should be open to us, so let's see. No, it's not. So we can't really look at the map. The map is very unreliable. I mean, to me it looks like we should be able to walk in this whole area at least. Then there's more here. It's unreadable. It's very hard to read. Especially if you're the first time here, you don't know where the paths lead to. So you can't really rely on the map over here. But yeah, how many paths do we have now? We have this path. Let's see where this door leads to. Oh, it does not open from the side, of course, it's a shortcut. or a loop around, whatever. And then we have this big door. Let's see if we can open this one. Nope. So this leads, this as our only option. So let's take this way. Let's go this way. And we're going now in this area, which is nice. I really like the aesthetics of the nature taking this place over again. Not really that fond of these dead tree parts here. Imagine this place in its prime. I mean, we have the fountain over here and the waterfall, which looks disgusting. Like algae everywhere. This one is not poisoning us. Oh, that kind of scared me. Another trigger. But yeah, no longer maintained this whole place. Fairly clear. Let's see if we have the same problems as in other places, other living places in this game, similar to what is it called? This place, Lanedale, where it's very hard to make out living spaces because the houses make no real sense, but it looks decent. Like we have one house over here. Of course they're inaccessible, but that's to be expected. We're not going for realism. Let me grab this upgrade material. Alright. Nonetheless, it looks bigger than it is in reality. Look how big this place looks. But most of this is nonsense, which is fine. But let's see. We can we go this way? How many paths are there? There's a dead end here. Great, just some items. We can go around here. Why even opening this up to the player if there's nothing here? I wonder. Because there is nothing here. Rather unfortunate. And then we have this path, the main route. And we have this place. And I don't need to go down there. This will lead into the channel system. But there is a closed door as well, where we need a key for this time. So the only way is forward. Here we have these two enemies on top of this bridge that are shooting spiral-like projectiles at us. Excuse me. We of course have a few standard enemies. Like the bigger variant is the a bit more stronger one. And another item here. Nothing interesting so far. I will pick up a few items here and there and have a look if they're interesting or not. Quite the difficult part where you need, I mean it's not difficult, it just, you need to be patient. If you don't have a bow or ranged options, you have to lure these enemies one by one, probably to the side or out of reach or sight of these two idiots, so you can fight them one by one. I guess you could also fight them underneath the bridge where they can't reach you. Another big enemy trying to ambush us. And an obvious enemy in front of us that is already standing up. Both just protecting fireflies. Great. And everything ultimately leads into this place. Before we go there, I want to have a look at this and this from here, because this looks amazing, kinda. Like, it's not only clouded in shadow, it has also this wavy effect, like this heat wave effect on there. And if we have a look up, it kind of looks like these veils are coming from the peak of whatever is built up there. Looks quite ominous. But man, I really like the music here. And we have a kitchen. Isn't that nice? We have a kitchen. Kitchen area where there's food, a pot with, you can probably make a fire underneath that, maybe not, but it's made out of stone, so you can easily put the fire on the table if you want. But we have a kitchen here, isn't that amazing? But then this is not really a house, right? Because we have a kitchen here. Where are the other rooms? Where, for what is this place? Why does it look like... Why does it look like that? There are no other rooms. This is... And this is something like the problem that I'm having. If you're going through a building, right? As we are going here, and then there's this big building at the end. Like, we have this one big street. Even with this indent where you can push up wagons, right? You have the staircase to the side, and then in the middle this ramp, so you can put carts here and drag them up or push them up and whatnot. And then that's the end. You can't, like, there is no one main street that goes through the city. And if you want to have a more interesting level, you can put shit on the street so that you have to go through the houses, right? But it's not like a main street. It's like, that's the end. The player's supposed to go through this nonsense building where we have a kitchen. Looks pretty nice. I mean, the place looks amazing. Kind of the foods here look a bit, they honestly look a bit too fresh for this place. Like this tomato, or tomato, or whatever this is, looks very fresh. This should be ancient, but apparently it's not. And are these potatoes or onions, or what is this? Potatoes. Ooh, bunch of them. They should be rotten by now, right? Looks like just yesterday someone went through here and demolished everything, but the nature tells another story. The nature outside, like the plants coming through the ground, they tell the story of this has been abandoned for some time now. At least a few months, if not older, right? I mean, we still have incense burning here. So there are conflicting stories being told here. We also have now access to these two idiots from this bridge. Of course, broken down railings like these show us that we can jump over here and explore these roofs that ultimately lead nowhere. There is only an item up here, and that's it. Like, this is the place we came from. This is how it looks from up here. We go through, went alongside the street, and that's it. Luckily we can also get up here again and go around. Oh, another locked door. Well, quite a few locked doors. Like, we have 2 doors that are shortcuts so far, and 2 locked doors. And you need to remember that. Because if you're not remembering that, and you go through this level, and then all of a sudden you're no longer remembering stuff. How do I get there? Oh, I can simply... okay, never mind. Never mind, never mind. Just some somber smithing stones. I didn't see this part where you can walk on the wall part. But so far it's very digestible, this area. It's very straightforward, which I'm glad. It's not as convoluted. Now we have our first very dangerous enemy, I would say, when we first enter this area. We have this dude over here. And these are dangerous. Holy shit, are they dangerous. So be careful fighting these. Now again we have a few more options. We can go this way where this dude goes, and I think... yeah, let's just do this. Let's go this way and see where this leads. Oh, the bridge is broken. We have to take another path. Then we can go through the rubble behind this building. And don't mind the death birds up there. They're harmless, I promise. A few enemies here and there. Be careful, this one casts spells. The ones with the cane can cast spells. They don't have a dagger like these. And then we got this open plaza. And usually you're getting invaded here. I'm not sure if I can get invaded. We will see in a short time.
Those stripped of the grace of
Nice.
God shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame.
We are being invaded by Queeling here. Or not really. A agent of Messmer with a very strange haircut. A very strange weapon indeed. This would not be practical. Like these, this would break off and bend and break and whatnot. How do you even... I guess it's a spear. Whatever. Let's get rid of him. Oh, I can get hit. That's problematic. Oh, that's not a drink. Oh, that is problematic. Oh, that is bad. Oh, that is really bad.
My word, graceless heathen, thou shalt not evade the flame of Messmer.
Oh, I need to be careful with that. Oh no. Oh, I can't die. Okay, never mind. Whew. Or can I? I need to test this with the next enemy. I mean, no, I can't die. Never mind, I have... but okay, what is this place? It's a big plaza. We have a big, apparently, probably holy tree. Like, these trees are somewhat sacred, as it looks like. Strangely enough, the other ones aren't as heavily built upon. What do we have here? Ash of War, don't care about that one. But this place leads to nowhere. It's just for this one invasion. We have a look, we can't open these doors. There are a bunch of graves here as well. And like we have a piece of wood with tree branches. Of horns? They certainly look like branches from a tree like this one. But we can't enter these buildings, this is just for show. I'm not really a fan of these windows because most of them make no sense. Like, why would you have windows against your walls like this, for example? Yeah. Looks very strange. Similar here, like we have windows, and then there's a small whatever that is. And the best item ever over here, just some arrows. Just get rid of these arrows, please. Is it there to lure the player? Oh, we have an item here, so this can't be a boss arena, because this also can look... This feels like a boss arena to me. You can easily put a fog wall here and then call it an arena. But okay, this leads... Oh, this leaves only one area. Or one path that we can explore, which is this one. And I'm quickly testing out now if... Yeah, I can't die. Good. Good to know. Still can get hit. These stupid jump scares. Fuck. I know that they're there, but I'm not thinking about it. Similar to this place. This is... They give us the opportunity to survey the upcoming area, right? Because we can see this dude, this big dude sitting in the dirt there. But if we look from here and have a look at this wall, we can see this other dude that is standing here trying to ambush us. And away flies. And then we had one small ambush from this dude. We had this ambush, and now there's another ambush. Hidden behind this pillar is another one. Just for some strings. And then we have another storage room over here. With a ladder instead of a staircase. Oh, they're mixing things up. Why would there be a ladder here? Probably because it's broken down. This ladder has been placed on broken down pieces of wood. We have a look. These are already broken, so this is just a rudimentary place there to remedy this broken building. And we're getting the storeroom key. The storeroom key we have... that's the second one. The second room that we need to open. So we got one key there. And we are finally on the other side of this bridge. With the big dude. And if we take this path... and jump over here, indicated by this piece of cloth, we're on the other side of this building. I knew that. And then in here we have the well depths key. Excuse me. Thank you. And this is the key that we need for the first closed door, for the one in the well. But we will explore these in time. I still have half an hour, so I need to be a bit quicker. And then we have certain areas where I didn't know how to get to. Like this one. I didn't know how to get there, but it's fairly obvious. That's not fairly obvious, it's something. So we have now this main road that leads from here somewhere to well, up there. So let's see where this one comes from. Of course we have this way, where we ultimately came from. And we can actually follow this road. I wanted to follow this road. Well, this one leads to the plaza, right? From the plaza, it's going up here and meeting the other main road, or the other road part. Like, this feels like a main road, with how broad it is. And then let's quickly go down. We have another path that joins up with this one. Let's follow this one. And this one meets at an elevator. Let's see where this elevator leads us to. I'm sorry if this is a bit too hectic, but yeah, I need to be a bit more quicker. We will talk about the level and world design ultimately in the end. Right now I'm showcasing, right? This is the walkthrough, and after that we're getting to the small analysis. Right, this is the shortcut for that place from the side of Grace. This is where the small private altar, the kitchen was. And this is now the main, not really the main road, but another main road. And we have a very strange room here. We have a few scorpion spiders, and a big black one, and then a more reddish one. Have we seen all of them? Like, they're all very similar. This is, I think this is then the medium version, right? Can I please get through here? We can see the staircase is broken. So we are just here for this one item, which is a bone bow. And those of you who play PvP know how good the bone bow can be in PvP, especially if you're not alone. Like, or even if you're alone, like, this bow annoys the shit out of people. And for a good reason, because with the Ash of War, your arrows track your target. So they no longer fly straight. They're homing. Let me get out the lantern. For fuck's sake, let me put it here. Where is it? Further down, there. Good. And this hidden place, be careful, there's another ambush waiting for you. This time a fly. And we have this room here, and ugh, this is disgusting. Like, we have these locust-looking things that are ripped open. So there must be even bigger things. Ugh. Ugh. And these are probably models from the loci from Dark Souls 3. Oh, they probably used the Dark Souls 3 Locust model as a foundation and then remodeled them. So they become this, probably. Some bones. I don't think that these creatures have... Or maybe they do. Well, that's the interesting part. These insects, they usually have a carapace. Like the skeleton on the outside, on their shell. They have similar, like a shell. Maybe not this part back here. Maybe it's thinner. But then they also have arms and stuff, and they look like they have bones inside of them, especially this shorter one here. This looks like there's a bone inside, which is strange indeed. Here in all places we have another cross. I abandoned here my arm Sinistra, so the left one. And here we have the dried bouquet. A quaint bouquet of dried flowers offered to a small grave raises the attack power. That doesn't matter. The sorrow that flows from the untimely demise of a loved one is a tenderness shared by all, regardless of birthplace. True. Always sad to see someone close die. But now we have the option to jump down here. I'm not going to do that now, because we can reach this place another way as well. So let's go there first. Of course, this building seemingly has no other purpose than to exist for the player to go through, right? It doesn't really look like a building that you would build this way on purpose for what's it called? For actual reasons, right? This is not a living space. This looks like an interesting looking storage room. A fully packed storage room. But you wouldn't really lay out your home like that, or some other establishment, whatever that is. Now, because we can't jump over this gap over here, we have to go over these roofs with the death birds on top. Some flight pinions, hello there. And what do we have over here? We have some smithing stones and a crystal lizard dude over there, the one with the cool pot on top. This one has a revered spur dash on them and some silver and gold horns or whatever, which are nice too. And then we have another strong enemy here, arguably even stronger than the one with the dual swords. The one with the extreme big curved sword, I guess. And now if you go to the right, this is the place where we ultimately would end up if we would jump down the other path. So let's quickly go down here into this. I don't even know what this place is supposed to be. Like this channel with a bunch of flies. Of course there are flies here because this is stagnant water. And there are a bunch of corpses also down here. And roof tiles and building parts. Fly mold. Some glass shards. Boluses. I wouldn't eat those. And mushrooms, of course. Would you eat boluses that are drenched in this disgusting water? I wouldn't. So let's quickly get out of here. I'm really glad that the water so far doesn't poison us. But everything has an end, right? But let's quickly do the last part, the last bit, because we are almost through Belurat, if you can believe it. It's a fairly compact area. Feels a bit smaller than Stormvale Castle in its entirety. This black part doesn't count. This has a different name to it. More revered spur dashes, and this is what I mean by, like, this tree, they seem to be somewhat of importance, like the one in the plaza, but this one hasn't gotten the fancy treatment that the other one got. Now we finally have the final stretch here. This is the room with the scorpions. If we have a look down, this is where we were. This is the spiral staircase. The room with the two scorpions. This is the big spiral room. I don't want to walk up here every day. Maybe I would like to. Of course we have a curse blade here. I don't know how they are not falling over. But this is the final stretch. This one could even go higher. It's broken off. But could have gone higher up. With another one of these fancy trees. They don't really have that many roots, do they? Look how small of... Doesn't go that deep. There are not that many smaller routes. Interesting. And we are already at the boss room. This is where we can summon Freya. And this is where the boss starts. But of course I don't want to do that now. Let's go back to the small private altar, where we can open the second door that we found. Or the second door that can be opened by a key, I mean. But let me quickly progress the day a bit. Because here we can find another NPC, or here we can find a NPC, not another one. I guess it's another one. This one is sleeping though. It looks like a workshop or like another storage room. Oh, there's another door in here. Let's open this one and oh, this is just a balcony door. Which is very odd. This feels so odd. Like we can drop down to the... like to the kitchen again. Like why? I mean, I appreciate it from a world design perspective that they finally have a door that goes to just a balcony. But then why is it opening to the outside? Shouldn't this one open to the inside? So that you have more, like, our doors at home, they always open to the inside. Like you never have a door that opens to the outside, do you? Like usually when you're in your room, or when you're in a room and this room has a door, it opens to the inside. That's kind of strange. But yeah, we can't talk to her right now.
Who art thou?
Oh, we can, I guess.
By the look of thee, another of Mesmer's peons, methinks. Tell me, does thy kind never weary grow? How do these old bones fascinate thee yet? Our lands were by thy kind set aflame, our tower by thy kind veiled in shadow. Thou camest, robbing us of all, spoiling all. Have ye not basked in these deeds long enough? Listen, progeny of the wanton's trumpet. For thy sins thou shalt have thy recompense. The sacred beast shall unleash its ire. Till then, with this old hag, do what thou wilt, for all the good it'll do thee in the end.
No, thank you.
For what reason dost thou falter, villain? Enact thy sordid work with fullest pride. Else tuck away thy tail and leave for good loathsome issue of the rotten's trumpet. Be gone. These lands were ours since times of old. Be gone. These lands.
Huh. I don't belong to Mesmer's lot. Just FYI. But okay, from here we can get easily to the well that we have the other key for, so let's quickly do that part. Looks foggy again. Or maybe that's just normal in here because of all the incense. Let's quickly go down the well. But honestly, I don't want to drink from this well. This looks more like the like your, especially not for these corpses, and oh god, it's disgusting. Looks more like the channel system, like the not the channel, like the like the stinky water system, more than anything. But no, we're finally here where it poisons us. I don't know, can this kill me? We will find out in a short time. But funnily enough, we have these buildings here in the shit water. Like, what the hell are they doing here? Was this once a respectable area? Because there are buildings in here, and flies, of course. Oh, why not count how many flies there are? I don't want to count them. Feel free to count the flies. But this must have been a respectable area if there are buildings down here. An area where you can actually walk. And this shouldn't be then shit water, right? This would have been normal water. Maybe even drinking water. But it doesn't really, like the channel system, it looks like the sewers. But then you have buildings here, and these are not, like, these were built here. So, why would you build buildings in your shit water? I mean, in your sewer water? Or near the sewers like this? Difficult to answer for me. This is clearly part of the city, right? Okay, it's been flooded by the water, but they should have been underneath all of this shit water. There's somewhere a channel, I guess, and then I don't know. It's such a bizarre place. I mean, this is clearly flooded here, right? We agree. We all agree. The water or the shit water shouldn't be here to begin with. Like something got clogged, like the drain got clogged, and now this all, this everything here got flooded. And then of course very open space in poisonous area. There must be an enemy here. Oh, the ground is quaking. Of course. Of course we have these things in the DLC. Not even good items. But of course these things are back. Rotting and back. But I still wonder, like, let me know what your theory here is. First of all, was the place where we came from, where we opened the door with the key, was this a sewer system, or was this like just regular water? Like not necessarily drinking water, but like the water that runs in your fountains and stuff. Was it like regular water or was it sewer water? And then the second thing, what happened here? Like, were these buildings, like, did they fall from above? Probably not, doesn't look like it. Were they built down here? They probably were built down here, right? So would you really build these buildings close to your shit water? Probably not, so this should be normal water, right? But then why make this look like a sewer? So many questions. And do they even have a sewer system? Another question. But because there are so many buildings here and they don't really like they look the same as all the other buildings. They're not of a lower class, so this can't be poop water. This can't be sewer water. You wouldn't do that to your citizens, would you? Of course they would. Oh, another open area. I'd hope we don't get a boss down here. And this time we don't get a boss, but we're getting a swarm of flies. I don't know what is worse. These flies or the tree spirit over there. And I think the flies are worse. I'd rather fight another tree spirit down here than all of these flies combined. This is terrible. Finally a respectable enemy here. Protecting beast liver. And the poisoned hand, which is quite a decent reward and fitting to this place. But look how many flies there are. Isn't that disgusting? Like, disgustingly boring. This is depressing. That they don't even have a second or even a third enemy or a different type of fly. Just mix things up, make the flies a bit more interesting. At least give them weapons or different attack styles or something. We also have this weirdest ladder. Let's take this as a last resort. And let's see if there's something over here. Of course there's something. Oh, mushrooms. So far only the poison hand is somewhat good here. But that's it. Don't worry. Yes, we can get there at some point. But way later. This is late game area up here. Like this tower with this bridge is late game area. The only thing that we can do right now is take this strangely very stable ladder that is not moving at all when we climb it up. Why is it not moving? Like, this is made out of rope and wood. This would swing like a motherfucker. And I would hate to climb this thing up. I wouldn't climb this ladder up. No, thank you. And this one finally opening to the inside. And we looped back around. And this basically is Belurat. Just one thing left to do, which is having a look at the boss. Let's make it day once more. And let's have a look at the boss and the awesome boss music. Of course it's foggy. Let's summon Freya. And let's get into the fray. Now. Where is it? There. Let's bump up the music a bit. And enjoy the cutscene that we all have seen 20 million times now.
O horn-decked beast from higher sphere delivered, take root inside the tower sculpted keepers, and perched within, we beg of thee, rise.
From the dialogue, these two dudes in the costume are possessed.
Dance and kavod, cleanse all and wood. Cruelty, woe, and those who plague the tower. Cleanse away the strumpet's vile company.
And this is why they have magical powers, because this is not just two dudes in a costume. These are two possessed dudes in a costume. And maybe it's a bit too loud now. But the music is awesome. My second favorite soundtrack. Is Freya attacking? Because if not, then we can have a look at this one. Oh, she's not attacking. How nice. Looks funny from here. 2 rows of teeth. Interesting. Where are the hands? Like the left hand is holding the lower jaw, and the other hand is probably holding the head from another side. What I'm wondering is and of course we have another dude here, hunched over. Like this is where his head is, I guess. Oh, we can even see it. Walking around like a monkey here. It's even a bit see-through, that's nice. Can't really make out where the second hand is though. I mean, holding the head from... Oh no, there it is. There. It's the second hand. That's the head of the other dude. Interesting that we can see it through. But yeah, okay, let's fight this beast with the awesome music. Some wind, we can jump over this wind. If we are far enough away, that is. There's some interesting parts. This one has a grab attack. Let's see if this one will perform the grab attack at some point. Let's wait and observe the attacks. Oh, she can use fire? That's interesting. I also would like to know what the targeting mechanism behind this boss is, or behind all the bosses is. Or the way the aggro works. Oh, grab attack. No? Can you even grab me is the other question. I don't even know that. Probably I have a hitbox, right? Because the grab is quite interesting, or not interesting, but has a unique mechanic to it. Ooh, the music changes. Let me quickly enable the HUD so we can see the HP of everyone. And let's see if this one can grab me or not. Oh, I got staggered again. Wind mode. Ice mode. Woo. Come on, do the grab. Please do the grab. Yeah. Now it comes. Here we go. Now the special thing. We see these red things. If I heal... Excuse me. If I heal now, I heal the boss as well. Only once, I guess. But that's quite the unique unique mechanic. Let's get rid of it. The soundtrack is amazing. Woo! Grab again, let's seal again. Oh, quick, heal the beast. Heal the beast. Woo! Man, Freya survives a long time. Holy shit. I mean, of course she's dead now, but... Ah, that's such a fun boss fight. But did they increase her survivability, or is this a mod thing where she had more HP? Because I can't remember if she was that tanky to begin with. Of course, looking at this arena, this is a literal arena where you can have a look at the show, like the dance or whatever the ceremony behind that is. I mean, it's a dancing line, it's dancing for a reason, right? For showmanship. I kind of wish they had more rows here, an actual rows where you can sit in, like a coliseum of some sort. That would be amazing. And it would fit the round aesthetic. Maybe they could make a coliseum with like spiral staircases. Or not staircases, with like spiral rows. Where you would not sit next to each other on the same level, but one of your neighbors is higher up than you and the other one is lower. And then in a spiral. That would be amazing. But you of course had to fit this in here. And of course in this arena there's another path. Arguably, like you could argue that this way the beast comes in, and the other way the contestant comes in, right? Where we came in from, this is where the contestant comes in from, and then if they want to put a beast in here, they take this elevator or something. I mean, it's a bit cramped on this elevator then, and they could probably jump off here from somewhere high up and then land. They will be fine, they can manipulate the wind. This is kind of disappointing now, the final part here. Because we have this bigger staircase, but this is not being utilized anymore. We have here this praying dude. O tower of ours, hidden in shadow, O lofty spiral piercing the heavens, lead him safely onto greater godhood, and in divinity grant our salvation. Does the veil even go down on the... No, we will have a look at that later, or in another episode. And here we're getting a message. Left by Needlelight letter, addressing to kindred spirits who also pursue Mikla's trail. The gate of the divinity lies in the tower sealed by shadow. That is surely where kind Mikla is headed. We are no Empyreans, but we must locate the path that will lead us there. I will follow the crosses east to this side. Next episode we are going to this part then, but still the tree is very high up. We are already above the clouds and the tree is still so much bigger than we are right now, so much higher. But let's go back to Belurat and talk about this whole level. Is it good? Is it bad? What is good? What is bad? Let's talk about things. Looks very dark here. First of all, how big is it even? If you're playing through it, where's my music? I want my music back. Let's go to the theater. Thank you. Some background noise is nice. It's much brighter from here. Nice. So, how big is this level first of all? It doesn't feel as big as Stormveil Castle, but that might be just my imagination. But I feel like it's a bit more fun than Stormveil Castle, or maybe it's just because it's new. Maybe I'm just dreaming here. Man, it's probably just because it's new. I wouldn't rank this as high as Stormveil Castle if we go back to my tier list that I can't remember anymore, but I think I put Stormveil Castle almost at the top, if not at the top. And I would rank this a bit lower, but it's still extremely good. Extremely well made, I would say. Level design wise, we have a variety of enemies, I would say. Like the strongest ones are probably the one with the dual wield and the one with the big sword. The divine beast, whatever they're called, I don't know. But these are probably the strongest enemies. Come to think of it, there's not that much variety. Like, we have these two dudes, we have the birds, we have a bunch of completely like these ghost type enemies. I forgot the scorpions. No, the variety is quite good. I take that back. I kind of forgot about the scorpion spiders. Enemy variety is nice, although I'm not happy with these completely what are they called? What is it called? The dudes are completely black with no texture and stuff, right? I wish they would look. I mean, they're supposed to be ghosts, right? But it doesn't feel like it, or remnants or whatever. And then we have the fly problem. There are too many flies in this level, especially in the water levels. There are just too many of them. But other than that, it's fine. Like the sewer water, poop water level is part of this level is kind of meh. It's not meh, it's terrible. But the rest is very good. There are quite a few secrets, especially this room that is underneath this whole place, where you had to go like from here, like from this part, right? Where you had to go in front of the spiral staircase room. This one, just one level lower, then climb over this rubble there. This is a room where I had problems, that is right underneath this bridge part here. Where I had problems navigating to the first time I played this game. But other than that, it's fairly obvious where things lead to. And if you're thinking about it, it's not that overwhelming. If you think calmly, I mean. If you're not rushing things, if you... Okay, this door doesn't open from this side, that's fine. This one doesn't open either from this side. But then I have two doors that can be opened by keys, then we find the keys, go through the doors one by one, and so on. and ultimately you explore the whole area and it's done. It's fairly unlikely that you miss more than just a bunch of items, right? Item variety, I can't really remember. Luckily I can have a look at this and see what we grabbed here. From the bone bow, or from this one I think, right, from the insignia. The variety is okay. Like 2 weapons, we have the bone bow and we have the poison hand, we get a funny new head. We can go back and talk to the grandma with the head on. With this divine beast head on. I'm not going to do this now, I'm not doing lore stuff here, but we can go back. It's fairly obvious. Well, I feel like it was very obvious that we had to come back, especially for me it was obvious because I didn't wait until I could talk to her on my first playthrough. Like I went in, oh I can't talk to her, or she's sleeping, okay, maybe I'll come back later, and then I got this head, and then I thought, okay, when I come back with this head, she's finally awake, right? I did it, like I remembered that interaction because I did it wrong, or differently, whatever it is. But this is how I stumbled upon this quote-unquote secret. I think she gives you a very weak Ash of, or not Ash of War, a very weak incantation, but that is all. Level design wise it's fine, you're constantly ascending, right? It goes into it feels like a zigzag motion almost, where we go, this is the very start down there, where we go to this side, then to this side, and then we're here, and then to this side, and then right in this zigzaggedy motion when we finally go up here, but we ascend constantly, which is quite nice because the goal is the highest point, right? This is progression, so you can feel the progression by how high you are, which is quite nice. The music is awesome, items are okay-ish. World design wise, of course the city makes no sense, but I have put on a different lens, as I've told you, I think in previous episodes, where instead of looking at every single building and say, oh, it makes no sense that this is built this way. And yes, I have pointed these out, right? It's even more foggier than before, shit. But yes, I've pointed these out, but this is not viewing things anymore, right? You're not supposed to take things literal in this game, not even the game itself, not even the geometry of the game itself, right? The physical space. Everything is there to tell a overarching specific story. This is why the cities are as small as they are. So they're fitting in the overarching story of this DLC or of this game, and are not like just a slog just to be realistic, right? As I've said, Elden must have been like, or would have been 10 times bigger, or even bigger than 10 times, right? In order for it to make sense. With more buildings, the buildings need to have, like, in the best case, a building should have a living room, a room where you sleep, and a kitchen, right? Or even just a kitchen and then living space would be enough. But this is what houses need, right? You're not just going, and then they shouldn't just be the only connection between 2 roads as a house. Imagine people had to go through your house in order to get to the next street. That would be stupid. But this is how it's built, right? It's getting even more foggier, holy shit. Kinda looks epic with these birds, to be honest though. Like, this looks kinda epic. Would be nice if there would be a sandstorm or something. Huh. But sure, it's there to tell a story, it's there to tell, or to create an interesting experience, and you can't be mad about that. But life, close to life realism, it's not, or close to fantasy life realism, it's not. But that's fine. It's definitely telling a very religious story here, or everything is being built with their religion or their beliefs in mind. Especially with the spirals, they have a lot of prayer stuff, a lot of incense, a lot of these cloths on the houses that are completely drenched once it rains once. I hope they're like... I hope they have this spray that you can put on your... Is it like shoes or clothing, whatever, that... where it makes it water resistant. Imagine them spraying this so it's not getting soaked in water. Whatever. But yeah, overall, quite the nice introductory legacy dungeon. That's the word that I was searching for. Legacy dungeon. And let's see what the rest of the game has to offer. I hope you had fun, and I see you hopefully in the next episode. Goodbye.